All right, welcome back to the Storage 100. This is day 29. We're chipping away at it, folks. I am Joe Downs with the Storage Mastermind, and in today's episode, we are going to be talking about the 5-minute trick that will change how you underwrite every single self-storage deal. This will be your cheat code for rent comparison and the difference between a deal that looks mediocre and a deal that looks like a home run. And I'm also going to expose the biggest lie in self-storage underwriting. And you need to know how to find the real rental rate, not the fake advertised one. This simple technique will give you an edge over 99% of the people out there looking at the same property. And you're going to learn to stop trusting the data aggregators and start verifying the numbers yourself. All right, so let's dive into the problem and see where most of the data you trust, or why most of the data you trust is garbage. Problem is simple. Oftentimes, market rates are a lie. And when you pull a rent comp report, you're looking at the asking price, not the actual price. You're looking at the sticker price on the car, if you will, not the price the dealer actually sold it for or can or will sell it for. This is the biggest mistake new investors make. Think about that, actually. I'm going to pause for a second with that example. Think about that. If a car dealership tried to sell their inventory to another car dealership owner based on the sticker price, wouldn't that car dealership, that buyer, be overpaying for all the inventory? Because you know they don't sell it the sticker price. A lot of times that's true in self-storage. So this is the biggest mistake new investors make. They trust the data aggregator that scrapes the website rate. But that website rate is designed to anchor you high. It's not the transactional rate. It can be, but it isn't always. And it's not what the customer usually pays. Well, it's not what the customer always pays. I'll say it that way. We need to stop trusting that data and start verifying it yourself. So how do we get to the real number? Well, we're going to use a simple trick that exposes the pricing game. And that trick is simple. We just compare the walk-in rate to the web rate. What is the walk-in rate? Well, let's start with the web rate. The web rate is what you see when you go to the facility's website. We call it the street rate or the web rate, right? And it's usually the highest possible price. The walk-in rate is what you get when you actually call the facility or walk into the office and ask for the best deal. This is where the real price discovery happens. And you'll learn a lot in that interaction, by the way. The difference between these two rates is the true discount being offered to get a tenant in the door. That discount is the actual market concession. And you need to know that concession to underwrite it accurately. If you only use the web rate, you're overstating your potential income. So we need to find the real floor. And that means we have to go secret shopping. Secret shopping is not hard, but it requires a little discipline. You need to call the facility and act like a real customer. Ask for the best price on a 10 by 10 unit. Ask about their move-in specials. Do not mention you are an investor. You are just a person with too much stuff or moving or whatever, right? Come up with an excuse or a reason to call. This is how you're going to get the actual walk-in rate, though. And you got to do this for every single comp in your radius. In your trade area that you're comparing. It takes 5 minutes per facility, and it's typically the most valuable 5 minutes you're going to spend. Like I said earlier, you're going to learn a lot about in that conversation. Compare that walk-in rate to the web rate you already pulled. The difference is your underwriting margin of error. This simple step is going to give you real achievable market rent, not the fantasy rent. And if this trick just saves you some money, don't let your friends underwrite bad deals. Share this with them. Okay, so now that you know how to find the real market rate, market rent rate, same thing, through secret shopping, it's time to apply the math that turns that data into massive equity. And this is going to be the cheat code for finding hidden value in a self-storage deal. So stop looking at the current rent roll and start looking at the potential rent roll. The difference between what they are charging and what the market will bear is your value add. That difference is pure profit, and you can start capturing it after closing. How we do that is by raising the revenue per square foot by just a few cents. Even a 25-cent bump in revenue per square foot can add hundreds of thousands of dollars to the asset value. But be careful not to get greedy and try to do it all at once. Don't manage from a spreadsheet or let a bad manager try to convince you to do that. They are out there. Believe me, I know. So buyer beware. When done correctly, though, that is the power of the value add math. But you can't execute those rent bumps manually, which brings us to the tools that make this all possible. You need tools to automate this entire process. The key is dynamic pricing software that constantly monitors your competitors and adjusts your rates. This software is your silent partner, always making sure you're maximizing revenue without you lifting a finger. It takes the emotion out of pricing and just executes the math we just discussed. And this is how you implement the value add strategy at scale across multiple properties. You need to be using the best revenue management software available. You can't look at it like it's an expense, though. It's a profit center. This is the difference between a good operator and a great one. So what are you going to do with all this new knowledge? You're going to get out there and make it happen. Or if you're not ready for that yet, join our storage community. I started this whole thing by telling you I was trying to build a storage mastermind. So thestoragemoguls.com. Go there and join for free. Okay, again, and I'm going to say it again, actually, thestoragemoguls.com. All right, again, another day where in a short amount of time, we covered a lot of ground, from secret shopping to value add math and the tools that make it all possible. So if this trick just saved you some money, potentially, hit that like button for me, please. Subscribe to the channel, because tomorrow you're going to want to hear about day 30. We're diving into the world of new construction. You don't want to miss that. And also, please share this video with a friend. Don't let your friends underwrite bad deals. They will thank you later.